CQUniversity's Precision Livestock Management team is recognised as an international leader in the field of tropical livestock research. It specialises in the use of cutting-edge technology to automatically gather data such as animal live weight, pregnancy status and parentage, as well as improve the understanding of animal behaviours, all with a view to improving on-farm profitability and productivity.
We're really looking at digital technologies and how we can apply those to industry problems and I guess gather new information to help us better understand, but also to better manage the cattle industry in Northern Australia. So we're looking at automated ways of recording the fertility performance of cattle in remote locations. The big drive at the moment is around walkover weighing. So this is where you have a weigh platform in a remote location. When cattle come onto water, they walk across that platform. We use the electronic identification system in their ears. We know their identification and we know their weight, and we're actually able to start telling you something about their performance. We're actually linking that with automated cameras, so using vision recognition to understand things like when they're cycling using KMARs and vision recognition cameras. But we're also using the sequence that cattle come onto water, and we're able to record their association patterns, and that tells us about which animals are on heat or when they've calved and other useful information. You know, done the hard yards with the research, and now it's about bringing those online through the data muster application to deliver those solutions to industry.
Developing smart sensors to track livestock remotely is opening up new opportunities to improve management, productivity and animal well-being.
Essentially, 100 years ago we had people out riding around herds and flocks, looking at individual animals and making sure they were all right. We can't do that anymore, and so what we're trying to do is take sensors and use the sensors in place of that really intensive observation. One of our key projects at the moment, we're working with about 10 or so producers from across Australia, where we've got the sensing technologies out on farm, and we're actually evaluating with those guys exactly how the technologies will help them improve their management of productivity or health or welfare. So one of the big things we're looking at is animal health, and so trying to detect disease states remotely while animals are out in the paddock. If we can do that, there's a chance that we can step in and actually prevent further animals from getting that disease, or get in and actually fix up animals that are having a problem. Yeah, so we're working with a number of different technologies, so with collars and ear tags. One of the most interesting and really simple results came through recently, where we can really clearly pick up buffalo fly infestation off some of these sensor ear tags. And it's not rocket science. They obviously flick their head around a lot, and we can pick that up with the sensor. But that's really important, because if we can start to detect that remotely when animals are out in the paddock, we can really start to see when an infestation is starting to build up and start treatment earlier than we might have.
Being able to successfully use these devices as a welfare monitoring tool gives producers the power to prove to consumers and society that their animals are being looked after in a welfare-friendly manner. And this opens up all kinds of welfare opportunities. It also allows producers to improve their productivity by intervening earlier than what they normally would on their properties.
CQUniversity has joined with AgForce Queensland, the Queensland Department of Agriculture and Fisheries and the Queensland Agricultural Training Colleges to form the Central Queensland Livestock Centre of Excellence. With a focus firmly on producer needs, the partnership brings together the industry's first integrated group of Central Queensland beef research sites, encompassing the cattle production chain from stud, breeder and finisher operations, all headquartered in the beef capital of Rockhampton.
Our partnership with CQUni is of utmost importance, I think, to the grazing industry. The long-term viability of our industry needs quality research, and so AgForce is very pleased to be able to partner with CQU, and we look forward to really kicking some goals for beef cattle research here in Queensland. Important things for our industry are labour efficiencies, genetic improvement for our beef cattle herds. the ongoing research into these will put real dollars back in producers' pockets out there on the ground.
So, through the Central Queensland Livestock Centre of Excellence, we've got a number of projects working there, and we're very keen to be a solid partner in that. Of the success of these programs will be that it makes a difference, if you like, at the farm gate for the producer themselves and for the agribusinesses that support agriculture in this state and in this country. We will try to get the balance across the learning program and the applied research program that delivers graduates that are able to go out either in their own businesses or as valued employees that will be able to create good business opportunities, lift production, understand what it is to work in a team and across a value-added supply chain.
The CQUniversity Precision Livestock Management team is also developing new data gathering tools to monitor the condition of individual animals and assist graziers make more informed production and marketing decisions. With strong links to industry and producer participation in all of our trials, the research program has a strong emphasis on delivering practical solutions to the challenges producers face.
Generally our core business has been genetics, so to find out good information about genetics and market that information. Look, I think one of the most people now realise one of the most productive traits in Northern Australia is fertility. And we're seeing the data that we're collecting with CQUni and their walkover weighing really helps us collate very intensive measurements that give us an indication of the quickest rebreeders and more fertile cattle in the herd. Getting your genetics better described is always a great benefit, and that's what we've been able to do here at Belmont Research Station with AgForce and CQUni, getting birth weights and birth dates and weights on the cattle at weaning, through the walkover weighing and also through manually validating it through manual processes. It's just a double check, and it's information that's hard to gather, and using these technologies it's making it easier. Ben's project and the project with UQ and CQUni here on Belmont is across all breeds or general bovine genetics, and I think that really opens up all the herds in Northern Australia that are crossbreeding and ones that aren't using straight Brahman or Angus genetics, and I think that'll be leaps and bounds for the average producer in Northern Australia.
So the Central Queensland Livestock Centre of Excellence, the partnerships that we're forging with the state government, with the Queensland Ag Training College and AgForce, are providing us with a group that can come together and identify the industry problems, but also connect with industry to deliver solutions. But those solutions can get encapsulated within education, research and extension. So it's about bringing all of those aspects together.
The beef industry also plays a vital role in central Queensland's economy.
Well, beef is the largest agricultural commodity, produces billions for the regional area, and because it occurs across the whole region, it's really the mainstay for most of the rural towns in the region. When we look at all the flow-on effects, jobs in transport's a big sector for us, meat processing, and then all the service industries that support the rural economy, it's really important. So productivity, really important for the industry, particularly when we consider that our competitors are getting more productive, and the only way essentially that we can become more productive is if we start with research.